I enjoy using Anchor podcasting services. For one, it's an easy setup. Secondly, you can do everything on the same platform, which includes record and then add music to your podcast if you like. And once your podcast has been saved, you can then distribute it to other platforms with the click of a button. And did I mention that it's free? You couldn't ask for anything better than this. Thank you for tuning into Bringing the Heat with Regina Weston. Here we inspire and deal with topics that matter. Stay tuned. Bringing the Heat listeners. You can visit my website at www.reginaweston.com. And while you are there, you can find all books written by Regina Weston. 2020 at the AMAs, Megan Thee Stallion gave a beautiful speech. And she said, and I quote, "I love my body. Every curve, every inch, every mark, every dimple is my decoration on my temple. My body is mine, and nobody owns it but me. And who I choose to let in is so lucky. You may not think my body is perfect, and it probably never will be. But when I look in the mirror, I love what I see." And that's what I want to talk about today, loving your body. I wanted to talk on the subject matter because I've been watching the K. Michelle series on Lifetime titled My Killer Body. And it's disheartening to see the many women whose bodies have been disfigured due to a cosmetic procedure. One lady, buttocks was disfigured due to butt injections. Another young lady, her breasts were different sizes, and so she wanted to have that fixed. And the doctor she went to messed that up. And then another young lady who had a tummy tuck. And they didn't go to, I'm going to say, certified doctors who really had the heart and the real concern that is needed overall to make sure when someone comes out of surgery that they're okay. It was all about money. And so basically these women were treated as objects. They didn't get the right aftercare after the surgeries. And so on this show, K. Michelle is trying to rectify some wrongs. Now, my words are coming from a place of compassion because I know there are many reasons as to why people want to change things about themselves. One, body dissatisfaction. Two, physical appearance, teasing, and the media. These are all influences on the human mind, our young girls. Some of them are made to feel that they're not good enough. You have to be small. You have to have the hour-shaped body. You have to have the fair skin, the light eyes. And we are all different. We come in all shapes and sizes and different shades of complexion. Being teased, being bullied about what you don't have, the breasts, the butt, the hips, the lips, the hair. You don't have any control on how your breasts develop or your butt develops or your facial features. That stuff is DNA. It's based on genetics. Your parents coming together. You don't have control over that. That's natural. But our young girls are ridiculed because they don't fit into the image of other people's perceptions of how they're supposed to look and how they're supposed to be. And this leads some of our women in the direction of doing things to try to make themselves feel better. And in doing that, they go to unqualified people who have no compassion, and they all about that dollar. I can't speak on people's pain because everybody's pain is different. So my message is love the skin you in. You can fix the outer part up, have as many surgeries as money can pay for, but it's useless if you don't feel good inside. You'll keep finding things wrong with you. I promote self-love, self-worth, confidence, knowing who you are, not fitting into the mold or the box of who people think you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to look like. You were created in God's image. You are unique. There's only one of you. There is no one on this earth that can duplicate you, your mannerisms, your speech, your behavior. Everything about you is unique. That includes your body. I once heard this quote or statement, and it said, when you try to alter who you are, it's like an insult to God, because in essence you are telling him that he didn't do a good job. However you were created, baby, that's how your creator made you. You are the clay and he is the potter. He shaped you the way that you were supposed to be. Don't let no one come and tell you that you are not beautiful, because you are. You have to be beautiful to yourself first. If they don't like you, if you don't fit into their image, deuces. You shouldn't have to go under the knife to try to look like a mannequin. You don't have to do that. You are fine just the way you are. You have to work on the inner you. You have to find things to enhance your confidence. You may even have to speak to a therapist to try to get to the root of the problem as to why you feel the way that you do. If no one can see your worth, that's not an individual you need in your surroundings. Surround yourself with people that see your worth, that love you and accept you for who you are. You don't have to fit in a mold of what society tells you what beauty is, or these social media influencers, because they're made up. That's not how they look. They're giving you the after results, but they're not telling you how they got that way. Everybody walking around looking the same. They wear their hair the same. Their lips is plump the same. Their eyes with them eyelashes looking like eagle wings. Like, it looks crazy to me. It's not natural. What's wrong with a little meat? What's wrong with having small breasts? What's wrong with having dark chocolate skin? What's wrong with having caramel skin? What's wrong with having a big butt? What's wrong with having a small butt? What's wrong with having big hips? What's wrong with having small hips? Whatever package you come in, embrace it. Speaking from a personal standpoint, since this pandemic, I went from 185 to 233. Listen, I roll with it because I'm not going to let no one try to make me feel like I'm not good enough, or how my personal appearance that don't affect them, mind you, try to make me feel bad about anything. I know when I started gaining weight, a person said to me, look at your big ASSS. And I said to them, it beats death. I would rather live, allow my weight to fluctuate, than to be in a casket. You hear me? When people come to you with that negative stuff about what you look like, or what you should look like, or what you should do, you got to know how to come back with the comeback and shut that foolishness down. What you look like got to do with them. Most of the times when people are nitpicking the way that you look, that's because they're unhappy with themselves. When a person is unhappy with themselves, they find everything else wrong about other people. I want you to know that you are beautiful just the way that you are. Love every dimple. Love every curve. Love every scar. It's a part of your decoration. On Lifetime, My Killer Body, listen to the women's stories. A lot of times they say, I wish I didn't do that. I did this because this, that, and the other. But if I can go back in time, I would love the skin that I was in. I want to tell you, baby, that it's not worth it. It certainly is not worth your life. It certainly is not worth having long-term complications later in life. You are beautiful. Love everything about you. You are unique. You are special. I'm going to leave you with this poem by Peabody. Sometimes we entwine our sense of worth with the sense we have of our body. And often our body is not viewed with kindness or love, but with deep shame. But feelings, in fact, are not the same. The truth is, your worth is innate, irrefutable, accepting who we are and how we are in this moment. That is endlessly beautiful. Love your bodies, young lady. It's yours. It's your temple. Embrace it. Bringing the heat listeners. If you would like to support this podcast, you can do so through Cash App at $R Weston 252. That's $RWESTON 252 under the name Regina Redmond. I would like to thank you for your love and your support. Thank you, Bringing the Heat listeners. To listen to this podcast, go to anchorfm.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play, where we bring